Hey, Todd here, doing a little update on the suction cup video I did a while back. Somebody reached out and said, I only went, I think, 45 miles an hour or 50. They said, well, what if you're going 55 or 60 or whatever? Had the question about that. How does it work? Higher speed. Today we're going to do that. But I'm cruising in today on the 1973 Datsun 240Z. It's actually my son's car that we're rebuilding, restoring, whatever you want to call it. We got it running really good now. Now we got to do a lot of body work, interior work, but gonna drive it today, give it a little run, and cruise into the studio with it. So let's hop in the car and get to the studio. Forget no cup holders back here in 1973, and you got a shift. It seems like when you grew up driving a stick shift, it's like riding a bike. You never forget how to do it. It's actually kind of fun when you drive an automatic all the time. But we took this guy in and had it, all the gaskets replaced, head gasket, pan gasket, everything. And we've already done a lot. New brakes, new shocks. It's driving really good right now. Now we got to work on fixing the interior. It smells a little musty in here. But we'll get to the studio, get the GoPro out, mount it on the suction cup, and take this baby out on the freeway. We haven't had it out on the freeway yet since we had the little bit of engine work done. Give this thing a little run out on the freeway. See how she's doing. So one thing you want to remember is you want your surface to be nice and clean before you mount this guy on anywhere. You need this surface to be nice and clean. And we really haven't cleaned this car in a while. It's been sitting in the driveway. Need to find the time to work on it more than we have been, but get your surface nice and clean, and then it'll be ready to suction on there really good. Boy, there's a lot of pollen on this guy right now. Get her clean. Can't wait to get a new paint job on this thing and some new tires and wheels. All right, so that is nice and clean. So we're going to stick the GoPro on the windshield and see how that works at over 50 miles an hour. So let's get this thing connected. Nice area. Then just remember, with this one you pump it until this little white line that's on here, I think I showed you that before, the little white line right there, that you pump that until that goes all the way in. Then you've got a nice connection right there until that goes all the way in like that, and then we're good to go. And I've got my little tiny magic arm here. Get this adjusted the way I want. There we go. Things are locked down. Looks dialed in the way I want it. Now let's go give it a try. We're all set to go test this thing, but I just realized I don't have any gas in this car. So we got to do a quick stop to get some gas, but the rig is all set up right there. And once I get some gas in this car, we'll be going 55, 60. So got to fill up. 55 right now. You can see that. Get her up to 60. And the suction cup is doing quite well. Not even moving a bit. And we're doing a nice 60 miles an hour. Now I got it mounted on the roof of the car here. Still with the strap, gonna come around the door here. And we'll give it a try up here. Cleaned off the top of the car, so it's nice and clean. So I feel like I got a really good connection. Pumped all the way down. Ooh, maybe not. That seemed like it came loose after I had pumped it down. Or maybe I hadn't pumped it down all the way. Feels good now though. Yeah, feels good. Okay, so let's go give this a test. Getting onto the actual freeway now. Get this guy to go. Don't have far to go on the freeway. Well, we'll get her up there to 65. See how she's going. Always feel like I want to go to a 5th or 6th gear when it's only a 4-speed. But my safety strap hasn't moved. 65, cruising easy. Sounding good. 70. Whoa, I think it moved. It may have popped off. I'm gonna have to pull over and check. It hasn't fallen off the car yet, but I heard something up there. It did indeed pop, but it didn't go anywhere. But it definitely popped off. Yeah, came loose. Definitely came loose. So that was at 70 when I heard the pop. So on the metal, I don't recommend, maybe if it's a newer car. Yeah, so I don't know. On a newer car with paint that isn't so wiped out, it might stick better, but that popped at 70. So luckily had the strap on, and it still must have had a little bit of suction and it didn't come off. So safety first. And we didn't lose a GoPro or the suction cup, and I'm happy about that. So now we'll get back to the studio and check out the footage. But first I've got to go deliver some images before I can do that. So I got to go get the other car because I got to drive a bit more. Hard to steer without power steering, I tell you. You get so spoiled with the newer cars. Right, I've switched vehicles back into the Suburban now, and I've got it mounted up on the hood here. You can see it out there, right there. So I got it mounted and figured we'd give it a try going fast with it on a better paint job. And we're going 60 already, and it's holding on pretty good still. 65. 70. I think it was the paint on the other car that was making it not stick well. And I do believe this thing's probably way better connection on glass than it is on the paint, but with a better paint job and a glossy finish like my Suburban has, it's working much better and sticking. So I wanted to double check that and make sure that was probably the cause of it popping off on the 240Z. So that was a good test at the higher speeds, which I didn't do before, and it did work good on the nice paint job and on the windshields. Both cars really good on the windshield, didn't have a problem with that. On the faded paint on the 240Z, not such a good hold on there. It definitely did pop off. So I do highly recommend having some sort of safety harness on there so you don't lose it or it flies off, hits some other car or somebody else. That's not a good thing at all. And the 240Z is driving awesome. Now it's time to just put some more time into it. I got to make the time. Got to strip the interior. Me and my son are going to strip the entire inside, reupholster. We got to fix the dash, new tires and wheels, a little Bondo work. And then I need to get somebody to paint it. I don't have a paint booth like I used to when I was in high school. It could do all that stuff. Don't have the gear anymore to do that, but I've got a guy that can. But anyway, worked really good. That's the updated test on the higher speeds with this guy. And until next time, I appreciate you watching. Until next time, I'm out.